Hello YouTubers. In this video we got a brake light that's barely working, sometimes doesn't work. And so it's only on the passenger side at this point. So this video we're going to be looking at what the issue is and see if we can't resolve it. So let's jump into it. Okay YouTubers, for this repair what we're going to need is some sandpaper. We're going to need a flathead screwdriver or a pick, whichever one. A 10mm ratchet or driver handle, whichever, and a Phillips head. All right, YouTubers, the first thing we're going to want to do is pull this panel here back. I've already pulled back out the pin and just kind of lift up and out of the way. And this is where our 10mm and our driver handle are coming from. This is why we do that. So let's, get all this out, grab the screw, and then we'll proceed on. So the issue is that this brake light won't come on. So let's verify that it's not the bulb. We're going to swap the blinker bulb for the brake bulb. They both take the same bulb, so this swap should be easy. In order to get it out, you'll undo the clips around the edge. There's one on the bottom, and then this whole piece will pop out. I can't do this one-handed, but this piece here will pop out from the housing. Okay, to verify that it's not the bulb, its hazards are on. This side is blinking, this side is blinking. Let's swap them out. Okay, so the bulbs are just fine. So the problem is not the bulb. So let's keep looking a little further. When you do an inspection on this thing, what you're looking for is any kind of burnt anything on here. And this looks like fresh. This thing doesn't look like to be any problems. So let's unclasp the connector. If we can, one-handed. Okay, let's take a look at this side. This side here looks perfect. Let's take a look in here. Looks perfect. So I don't see any signs, because these cars have a known issue with melting these things. I don't see any issues here. This all looks like it's the day it was born. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop out the brake bulb. So now I don't know which one is the brake bulb. Let's see here. All I'm doing is dry fitting it. Brake bulb is the bottom one. So it's this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this out, and I'm going to make sure that the connection inside the housing is good. Hang on. That doesn't look too different than the other one. Let's see. If I remember when I put these in, they're never right, 100%, so that looks fine, and it works. So it must be, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a pick in here. I'm going to pull that piece of metal forward. So let me try that. Do I have a pick? I didn't bring a pick. So I'm going to try to bring this thing up. Maybe it's not making contact with the bulb. Maybe it's been pushed down. And if you can see, it looks like there's nothing there to keep it. Terrible camera on this phone. Anyway, let me pull this thing forward or up toward you so that maybe the bulb's not making a good connection. Let's give that a try. So I'm not sure how that showed up on the camera here, but that was the issue. So it was showing up, but it was not as crisp as that. So when I put on the brake light over here, this seemed a little bit dim. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some sandpaper down into the area where the bulb makes contact. I'm going to make sure that it's free to make nice smooth contact, not any kind of rough edges or anything that would keep it from making a nice solid contact. So let me break this thing back apart and I'll show you what we're doing. So here's what I'm talking about. If you look down in there, that connection looks, it's not smooth. So let me see what I can do to smooth that out, and we'll go from there. So what I've done is I've taken some sandpaper, cut it into a small piece. Gosh, this camera is terrible. And taped it around a Phillips head screwdriver. Anyway, I'm going to put it inside here and just kind of work the area a little bit. I'll be able to hold it when I get it in there, but I'm just going to work that area there just a little bit. So I'm not sure if you can tell, but I've worked it just a little bit. It's a sandpaper, some stuff did come off, so that's a good thing. I'm gonna put the pick back in there, pull this thing forward again because I mashed on it to sand it. Pull it back forward and we're gonna put it back in and see what we got. Again, I'm not sure how well that showed up on camera here. I was gonna say film, but problem solved. Now it's nice, crisp lighting action, same as that side. And the way I'm able to tell is this visitor's truck. I used it as a reflection point so I could see in the glass. And now it's nice and crisp. So what I'm gonna end up doing, because I'm anal, I'm gonna clean the other housing of this side and clean both sides of that one, make sure that all the contact points are nice and solid and straight. So took it back out, cleaned up both sides. Everything looking pretty good. So I took out the other side just to compare before and afters for you. And there's the driver's side. Not too bad here, but that side is terrible. So let me work on this one to get it like that one. Okay, again, this is the passenger side, the bad side, and now the driver's side. Cleaned off all that I could. It's just corrosion eating into the metal, but I'm gonna, again, pull it forward with the pick. Same with all of these. And then we'll put the car back together. I think it'll be fixed and ready to go. So, our YouTubers, car's all back together, everything's working. If you like the video, like the video.